Hello and welcome back to Frostpunk 2. This is the start of Chapter 2. In the last episode we managed to take New London and get around our coal shortage problems. As we can see, we got full stockpile here, which is great. Also managed to colonize the old dreadnought in a new colony system that I'm quite enjoying. And we're managing to extract some oil from here as well, which we're sending over to our new city via this rail link that we have here. Now, we've decided that we're going to embrace this new oil, and we're going to be using this in the generator going forward. Now, in order to do that, we'll need to actually upgrade the generator, which we can do, but we do require more heat stamps in order to do so. We'll also cause some squalor. We have a little bit of an issue with squalor, but it's diminishing at the moment. That's going to go back up. That's a bit of a shame, but I'm sure we can get around that just fine. Let's have a little look at our laws. The council's in recess for another 5 weeks. I do feel like that needs to be a little bit easier to see. As far as I can see, that looks like it's actually good to go, but it is not. But never mind. We got our researchers being rushed. Let's carry on. I've got to say, I am quite enjoying how good the game looks. It does look absolutely fantastic. I need to go back to the original Frostpunk as well and have a look at that and see if that's any better at the new monitor. Cold is a little bit of an issue here, but that's going to be diminishing. It's stable due to shelter scarcity, so we do actually need more shelters if we can get it. Unfortunately, we don't have any workers, so I think we just put in a little housing block in with these people here. That should hopefully do them for their shelter, and then they can be happy. There's something happening over here. Pouring ice on fire. Growing radicalization. Steward, the growing fervor of certain groups in our city has become a cause for alarm. Agitators rile up tensions and push their factions to more radical and violent action. Provided we build enough prison space, our guards could place such militants in preventative arrest. A spell in detention would cool their heels and calm their fellows. I see. Okay, so it's suggesting, hey, you might want to, tell these people to be quiet. Alright, we actually managed to also convince everybody here, so it's another 3,000 people to come back to the city. Fantastic. I think we need to build another industrial district because our number of goods isn't doing too great. Let us just kind of build that out there. Fantastic. And we just want to get some more stuff there. We're looking for the heat stamp so we can improve the amount of oil that we have. We'll just let the game go a little bit quicker. How are we doing over here in terms of our ability to extract? So we've got both of our extraction districts. They are up. We've got a good stockpile of oil. I kind of want to send more oil across if I can. Let's have a little look here. Yeah, so we can send more oil across. I think we actually just send as much as we can, just to ensure that we have enough oil being sent to the main city. We can always just increase these people's ability to work if we need to. We'll make it so that these guys have a little bit of a surplus. I'm thinking now we probably want to make sure these guys have a bit of a surplus, just so they can get a little bit of a stockpile together, just in case there is a big storm on the horizon. Whereas over in New London, we've got some more housing that needs to be built, so let's get that done. We can always put that near this housing district here. I wonder as well, is there anywhere we can put a heating hub around here? There is. That could be a really good way of improving our lot with these housing places. So let's do that. Perfect, there we go. We kind of need to frost break this area here just so we can sync up all of our housing districts so we're not using too much heat. And just like that, all of the heat stamps that I'm wanting to save up are gone. Heat overclocking. The excess heat produced by industrial machines will be re-injected back into the machines to allow them to operate at higher capacity. I quite like the idea of that. I think we should negotiate on that. The New Londoners are mostly for. The Frostlanders are partially open for negotiation. Let's maybe see what we can give them. We could build a salvaging factory. I don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah, let's do it and they'll accept that. I think that's a good trade-off. It works for both of us. We want more goods. This means they're going to vote for this law as well to improve our production efficiency on all of our buildings. So we extract things and produce things a little bit better. Okay, so salvaging factory we're going to need more heat stamps for. That's fine, but we can build one here. So let's get that done. Fracturing pump jacks are finished. Unwanted destiny. Steward, a father's come to our offices with his son. They both will ask you to hear him out. This boy's not cut out for a blacksmith. His knack is for words, poetry. I can bend steel, but he can stir souls. Please let him be apprenticed under someone who can teach him to use their talents. Their plea echoes the sentiment of some that family apprenticeship limits the prospects of children born into an arduous career path. We could make the... Yeah, we could stay firm and improve stuff with the Faith Keepers, but I think we will just make the law a little bit more flexible so if people want to do something specific. it means that we are still holding most people to keep the, well, the needed professions working. Alright, how are we doing over here? Yep, we're getting a good stockpile of oil. That's great. And we're also finishing up the salvaging factory, which is going to improve their relations. We do need more goods. Yeah, our lack of goods is causing crime to be a little bit more of a problem than I maybe like. With these heat stamps, what can we get? We could get melted heat deposits. I don't think we need them for now. Maybe we want to get some filtration towers, actually. So we can get ventilation towers or moss filtration towers. Which, these ones significantly decrease squalor, but they do require a slightly more work, but less heat. I think we get these guys. These guys seem to be a pretty powerful block when it comes to the politics. If we have a little look, our Faith Keepers are 12%. The New Londoners are 34%, so together that is 46%. So the majority of people within, in fact, yeah, they're basically the same as the Frostlanders, and the Frostlanders also have the Evolvers kind of in the same kind of area as well. But the Faith Keepers are performing sermons. Actually, yeah, we'll get you to hold some evening prayers just to increase our trust even more. Our trust is looking pretty good. We're very well respected, which is good. If we can get people to like us just a little bit more, then that'd be grand. A little bit concerned by our housing, so yeah, we'll actually just build up this housing district. I think we're probably the best idea. We just want to expand that out. Faith Keepers support the steward devoted relations. Good news, due to good relations with the Faith Keepers, they conduct sermons to soothe the populace and ease tensions. They think it will help solidify your rule. If we want their continued support, we should maintain their approval. As long as relations with the Faith Keepers are devoted, their performing sermons perk will remain active. I see. Ah, cool. So they're reducing tension within the city, and they're also increasing our trust by holding evening prayers. Thank you, Faith Keepers. We could rely on you in the first game. We can rely on you in this one as well. But yeah, things seem to be going pretty well. We've actually got a surplus of workers, which is also very nice, so we could... okay, we have an issue over here. What's going on? Deactivated. This extraction... Why is there an extraction place over here? It would be for prefab panels, right? Alright, let's just demolish that. It does mean we're going to remove our housing, which is a bit of a shame. But we can probably just replace it. We'll wait until that's finished going first. Yeah, there's a little bit more prefab panels there, but we'll have frostbite for that. And that requires heat stamps. So let's not bother. Okay, so we've done that. We've got our old dreadnought furnace. That's working all right. We've still got plenty of oil, which is also very nice. And we've got enough heat stamps that we can get the other thing together. Do we send more people over here now? I think we actually improve the generator first. Let's do that first. Get the oil pumps together. It means we're going to be entirely oil focused now instead of coal, which probably means we can take these guys off of doing that when we get a second. What's this over here? Possible settlement. This gets us a lot of food, actually. That's quite good. But we do need more Frostliner teams. Maybe we just say, hey, stop shipping this coal, and we can have a little look around. Is there anywhere that requires only 10 people? The meadow? No. The graveyard. Yeah, let's launch an expedition over there, and we can use that to explore a little bit more. Yeah, you can see here that our coal is going down, but that's fine because we're basically out of coal anyway. And as far as other fuel sources go here, we don't actually have any other fuel sources. We could actually build up a logistics place over here, which I don't think is a bad idea, and that will let us improve the number of Frostlander teams that we have. Do we have anything else that we could do? We have got the pump jack available. We've got our filtration tower, which we probably want to build as well, because squalor is a little bit of an issue. And there's not that many houses, so you know what, let's just go ahead and expand out this housing. As far as heat goes, we've got all of our heat being met, but that's because the generator is working well, and now we've got our oil in, and we're actually using up all of the oil that we have available. A little bit worrying. I think once we get the heat stamps, which we might just get if we can grab some heat stamps off these guys. Hey, do you know what? Why don't you... we have to resolve the current events first. Okay. Street prayers. Steward the Faith Keepers, invigorated by the vision of improving the generator and building warm utopia, are rallying all citizens during street prayers. Listen, all who have spirit, their sermonizers cry out. The captain's words, day 5, verse 3. The generator may warm our skin, but faith will warm our hearts. Rally, brothers and sisters, we will yet to build a warm paradise. The prayers continue. They invigorate all who would listen to them to put additional effort into the benefit of the city. Do you want to ask them to promote something in particular? I think we get them to contribute heat stamps, because, hey, money. Speaking of money, hey, New Londoners. Ah, we can't do it now. What about you guys? Yeah, give me some money. Frostlanders, give me some money. Ah, I accidentally just funded them. Okay, well, we got money from them, and then we gave them some funds back, so you know what? That's fine. Little bit of a misclick there, but not a bother. What can we do to further expand things out? Let's get you guys on goods production as well. You guys are on prefabs, that's fine. That just means that we're getting lots and lots of prefabs. And we've got plenty of heat stamps available. Speaking of which, let's get some more research done. We could get a specialized good factory as well, which I don't think is a bad idea. Now, this one does require less workforce, but this one has much less of a materials requirement. I quite like the sound of that, actually. Slightly less goods. Disease is slightly increased versus squalor, but we can have hospitals, so I think, yeah, we go with that. Just in terms of the amount of raw inputs being reduced, that sounds pretty good to me. And we're going out and we're investigating that. Let's see how we're doing with our frost breaking over here. Yep, we're done. We'll frost break around here as well, but we'll already start building up our logistics depot. And that'll get us some more Frostlander teams as well. Speaking of that kind of stuff, let's see if there any kind of extraction stuff that we can get. We could get a sawmill here just to improve our raw resources, but we're okay for that. Probably the only thing we need actually is just to get some more housing, so to get that, let's frost break just a little bit more. We can build another house around here, just around this hub, and that should reduce our heating requirements for it. Over here on the old dreadnought, we do not have enough for a fracturing pump jack, so let us increase the speed until we do. There we are, perfect. So let us get a pump jack, we'll put that over here. Because these things have loads of oil. Yeah, they've got 5.5 million amounts of oil. So I think that is all good. Surprisingly enough, we're not actually using up that much of our resources, our raw resources here, the materials. So let's maybe just cut back the import for that. Can we give out any more oil? We can indeed, yes. So let's transfer everything we can in terms of oil over to New London. Does mean that we're during emergency shifts. Yeah. A little bit bad that people are dying, I suppose. Okay, so we actually need those resources. Yeah, we don't actually have enough people to work that other pump jack. So if we turn off this emergency shift, yeah, we're not actually getting that much for it, so it's fine. Let's go back over here. We'll make sure that we're sending over enough of our resources here, and we'll send just as much oil as we can. Slight deficit. I think that's fine. Research and construct generator surplus injectors. Oh, cool. No good deed unpunished. Steward, a watchtower guard, is facing disciplinary action for abandoning his patrol to carry a sickly old woman to an infirmary. Knew something was off when I couldn't smell any oats cooking for Mrs. Weatherby's place. Went up to check her and saw her crumpled up on the floor. His commander is clear displeased. That's all fine, but while Salvas was off playing medic, 2 robberies took place in the district. I think patrol should find help, yeah. So that would reduce tension. I quite like that idea, actually. That's pretty good. Reducing tension from having patrol towers? Seems like a pretty much a no-brainer to me. Let's keep going with our housing districts, so we'll build up this another housing district here, and that should hopefully provide enough housing that people are no longer going to be cold, which would be good. How is the council doing? Yep, so the council looks like we could propose a law. Can we do anything in terms of this kind of voting? People are kind of... Some people against it, but more people are for. I think we try and see if we can negotiate for people to do this. Yeah, if we can get the Frostlanders on side. You guys vote for. How can we get you on side? We could build another salvaging factory. You know what? I would more than happily accept that term. There we go. Yep, and now enough people should be for it. It does require 67. I think we had 66. Or 64, sorry. Let's see if we can get the last few. Yes, we can. We just managed to scrape by. I say just scrape by. 74 of all of the people on the council voted for it. I think that's great. And for that, we need to build another salvaging factory, so we'll make sure we get the money for that. I don't see how that's ever going to be a bad thing. That's going to be more goods in our pocket. That's going to be more prefab panels as well. And having enough goods will mean that we get more heat stamps as well. Currently got an income of 32 a week, which is great. Getting a little bit from rallies, a little bit from central. a lot from paid individual contributions which we're getting from our goods. And if we can keep a stockpile going up, that's even better. What other buildings can we build? We could build a teaching hospital, but we're okay for disease at the moment. And we've just got a massive population surplus, so we need to build even more housing. Okay, let's break away some of this stuff here. It's going to be all of our heat stamps, but that's a-okay. That's more workers that we can use as well. In fact, we could even think about building up a housing block once we get enough money. Frostliner demands met. Yep, perfect. So they're happy. And we've got another one of our housing districts done. Still not enough. We need 100 heat stamps for that. Wow, that's quite expensive. How are we doing out here? So we have explored a little bit of the graveyard. So we found an Imperial freighter with a bunch of materials in it. Interesting. And the Royal Navy. So we've got a bunch of coal here. 50,000 coal. Let's just come back later. We don't actually need that at the moment. How are we looking in terms of where we can explore? Is there anything that's easy that we don't need many people for? Yep, Frozen Sea. That sounds good to me. Everywhere else seems fairly dangerous, actually. We probably want to do some more research to reduce the danger of it if we get a second. Yeah. Everything else pretty dangerous, but we found an oil cistern. Okay, yeah, we need an operational scouts headquarters. So yeah, we'll come back for that, I think. Maybe we can get these guys to connect up this trail here. We can connect this up to our other logistical good, and then we can use that to get even more food. Food at the moment, we are actually at a bit of a negative on now. That's fine. And we have a lot of coal. Hey. Can't complain about coal. Coal life never ends, as somebody much more famous than me has said. Alright, let's get ourselves a housing block up. And we need to get some more heat stamps. So we need to research and construct generator surplus injectors, which are these ones here. Needs more heat stamps. Okay. Yeah, we need more heat stamps. You know what? Let's maybe think about what else we could research. We could get some hubs. I think we're okay for that now. I did say we need stuff for the Frostland, and probably getting a Scouts headquarters is a good idea. So we can get a Scouts headquarters that reduces exploration time and territory threat. These ones seem to do even more. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll do the Evolvers one just to keep them a little bit happier. I think that's a good idea. In terms of housing, we're still a little bit lacking, so you know what? We will come over and we'll build this up. Good stuff. What's happening over here? Imagine a society built on technological advancement, on one-upping inventions, on pushing the boundaries of mechanical knowledge. One day we could not only rebuild automatons, but improve on their design, make ones more suited to our needs, ones that never break down. Oh, even one as small as a watch. I could be living in a city that pioneers these efforts one day. The city has made progress in the Progress Cornerstone. Which one is that? That one is this one over here. Ah, yeah, so we can see we're actually pretty progressive as far as a city in a frozen environment is. No matter, we should send more people over to the old Dreadnought, seeing as we have the population available. So yeah, let's send over... Yeah, I think that's probably good enough. That'll be enough people. We'll get some more housing over here. Do we need to fill up completely by the generator? No, I think we can do that. And that should give us more housing. We haven't got enough frost break, but there is another oil deposit down here. Where else is the oil? Is that all the oil we have? Just the 3 deposits? Okay, yeah, so we just got the 3. But we can always use them to build up another pump jack or something like that. Which is fine by me. We should have this area over here being built. It looks like that is finished, so we should be having a bunch of our stuff being sent over. So we've currently got 2 places that we're grabbing food supplies from, which is nice. I think things are going pretty well so far. We've got no issue with any of the 5 kind of things that could cause us issues. Got a decent number of workers here still. We could expand out this logistics district. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. So let's do that. And we've finally managed to do our survivalist headquarters. So yes, let's get that built. We'll build that over there. And see what we can research after this. We probably need more heat stamps. Yeah, we do. So we'll wait until we have more heat stamps until we research them. Should be good enough now. Now the real question is, do we go for the deep deposits Or do we get the generator upgrade first? I think generator upgrade's probably more important, so we'll research that, seeing as the game does want us to research it. Yes, I mean, I don't know why the game's so worried about the heat surplus. We're actually doing fine for heat at the moment, but we do require more cores, so we do need to send out more people to go and have a look at things. Can we afford another survivalist headquarters? No, we cannot. We need more heating stamps. What's happening over here? Rallying Faith Keepers propose ideas. Sure, the Faith Keepers extend their rallies to a new district. During the most recent event, they announced a new idea regarding a new work model. They drafted their new law on their own. Machine attendance, and presented to the city. We've done all the work. All the steward has to do is put it to a vote. They call you to pledge support for the new law. New law unlocked. Machine attendance. Okay, yeah. Let's do it. Radical law on agenda. Okay, what is it? Machines will take over the burden of work from humans. Workplaces will be optimized for machines, with workers relegated to maintenance roles. I mean, I don't know why that's so... yeah, I'm not sure why that's so radical. Okay, how are people voting for and against? These guys are mostly for. They won't negotiate. Frostlanders, hey, you know what? We'll give you the next agenda if you vote for this. There we go. And we can ensure it by guiding people to vote for it. I mean, if you're in a survival situation, surely you want to not have to do very much work. You can spend more time with your family and staying warm. There we go. Faith Keepers are very happy. And we've got to give the Frostlanders an agenda, so we'll do that. There we are. Trust rises yet again. And everybody loves us. The New Londoners love us as well. Fantastic. We could de-radicalize the Faith Keepers. Could we get you guys to... Yeah, let's de-radicalize them. They are a little bit not so happy with us. Could we... We could make them a promise, but I'm not sure we need to do that. No, overall, things are going pretty well for us, it must be said. Our housing is all great. We've got enough of everything. The only thing we could maybe do more of is some more exploration. So I think we'll focus on doing that. So let's get ourselves a survival headquarters here. Collateral damage. Steward, a worker died in a gruesome accident involving a shredding press. No emergency shutdown was available since the machine attendance law mandate the removal of anything that would hinder efficiency. Bob tripped and the machine sucked him up, chomped him to bits. His screams, I'll never forget his screams, said a shocked witness. Then there was some kind of mechanical gurgle and the whole process went on as if nothing happened. After the incident, some people demand we had safeguards. I mean, yeah... Yeah, let's make sure we're not just killing people. Machine stoppage allowed when risk of death arises. Yeah. Yeah, we probably should have thought of that in the first place, to be honest, but I guess it was, this decision will extremely curb our efficiency. Okay, I guess he's got his priorities straight. Oh well, yeah, so make sure we've got a big red button that you can press if somebody falls into a cog, please. But now, how are we doing? We can send mountaineers to grab all this oil. I think that's a good idea. And then we can see where we can start to explore after that. Currently researching away. We've got plenty of workers, which is nice. Our exploration team should be coming back shortly. There we go. So now we have 25 people. And the highlands are safe. Even the mountains are safe. Good. So where do we want to go? Do we maybe want to come around our... area around here? We could go over to these mountains. They are safe. The Empire Surveyors select the sites between the jet, including New London and Winterhome. So yeah, Winterhome, I'm not sure where Winterhome would be here. I guess it's down here in these highlands bit here. Trying to remember from the first map. I think it was around about here. Then again, very hard to find your way in a snowy hellscape, I suppose. So we're still working on our surplus injectors, which we need more cores for, but that's fine. I think after this, we will grab... for our Frostland, we will get some logistics bays, so we can get... I think we go for the larger one, the Vanguard one. Get 20 work guys here to improve our logistics bits. What are these guys saying? 6 times a charm. Teaching hospital steward. Dr. Thomas Morton, a teaching hospital surgeon, has, for the first time, saved the life of a patient suffering appendicitis by removing the diseased organ. The students in the operating theatre broke into applause when the procedure succeeded. All 5 patients during the previous attempts had died. Morton got lucky this time, but we shouldn't make such a show of these surgeries, degrading hard on the families. Morton disagrees, arguing this is the most efficient way for students to learn such procedures. I mean, yeah... I think we maybe want to just let people Because when it comes to these kind of procedures, it's best they know what not to do. So yeah, we'll just let them observe risky surgeries. Builds a little bit of tension. The Faith Keepers don't like it, but the Faith Keepers love us anyway, so absolutely fine. Everybody's pretty chill at the moment. There's absolutely no tension. We're not bloody guinea pigs. Hey, no more of that or you're getting sent to the machines. We'll remove the button just for you. Oh, also, we've got this surplus thing, but we do need another core, as was said, so we will wait until we do that. Have we finished having a look over here? Fishing trawler. So, logboat hold of somewhere called Canada, but we have no idea where it's been since. The catch may still be edible. Okay. And we got some exiles. Perfect, so we can come over there and grab some exiles once we get some Frostlander teams back. Let's have a little look at the council. What are you voting on? Expeditions support. Hey, you know what? I'm happy for you guys just to decide what you want to do. I would like it if that passes. So I'll just let you guys go. Perfect. There we go. So it's going to improve the speed that we do expeditions. So it should be good because we can get more resources coming in. Overall, things are looking pretty good. Pretty good. And we have finished up our logistics base. So let's get them down. Yep, let's get one there. Do we have enough for a second? We do indeed. It's going to massively improve the number of people that we can get out and about and looking at stuff for us. What's this? Scout training. Exploration time? I think we get rid of exploration time if we can. Yeah, because we want to get these guys out and about as much as possible. We're doing alright for oil still. That's good. Faith Keepers rallies expand. Again, steward, empowered by your support, the Faith Keepers will expand their activities to a new district. Their members can be seen on every corner and they hold periodic rallies near this district's main hub as well. They ask again what you focus on to keep supporting the city. You know what? Keep giving us heat stamps, please. Thank you very much. So currently we've got 2 districts that are holding rallies. We've got this housing district over here, and we've got this one over here. Very, very nice. Crime is increasing, so let's get ourselves a watchtower, another one. We need to expand out one of our housing areas, so we'll expand this one here. We're going to need frost break for that, so we'll do that first. There we go. Do a little bit of frost breaking, expand out the housing districts, and all is well. How are we doing over here in the old dreadnought? We do need more food, and we need more houses, so we can do that. We can quite easily send more food over from... Oh, we've got to make sure we're not over transport capacity, though. There we are. Okay, so we are having a little bit of an issue when it comes to actually shifting enough goods over to this area here, so there must be a way that we can improve that, probably through a building or from an upgraded rail or something like that. So we're gonna have to look into that. That should at least solve the food issue. We've got a little issue when it comes to squalor, unfortunately. So let's expand out this housing district if we get a chance, like so. And you know what, let's even get a second housing district just to make sure that we always have enough people available to work. Okay, how are we doing? We got 40 Frostland teams. Perfect. So let's... Where do we want to get them? We'll move them over here onto this mountain. This gorge requires 20. Do we have anything that requires 15? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so you know what you guys can do? You guys can take in these X-Dials here. We'll grab a bunch of things here. This is a mountain. Don't know what this is. That should be fine. Yep. Nothing requires 10, so... Taught by the best teaching hospital. Steward, a newly minted surgeon who trained at Dr. Morton's teaching hospital, successfully performed an appendectomy, saving the life of a 9-year-old. I take no credit, I learned from the best, said the surgeon modestly, the first of Dr. Morton's trainees to attempt the procedure. I see. Cool. Good job, boy. Yeah, good job not killing that child. They can grow up to be killed by a cog. Teaching hospital save lives. Yeah, there you go. Don't go into the cogs. Alright, well, how are we doing for ideas? So, yeah, let's have a look. Skyways. Yeah, so this will allow us to transport more resources. I think we do that because we probably want to build that up when we can. We have successfully managed to come here. Outpost 11. Oh, interesting. It contains a military warehouse from before the frost. Over many years, settlement here salvaged its contents for materials and cores, at one point temporarily declaring independence from New London. Now the warehouse is empty. We could use it as a storage facility or salvage the remains of the settlements. This gives us a bunch of materials. Or we could build an outpost here to greatly increase our stockpile limits. I like the idea of that. Let's connect this up via a rail to our current location. There we go. Good stuff. And what else do we find? Nascent storm Watch. Captain ordered the last wall strengthened base thing. This increases exploration speed, so we'll do the exact same thing there. Yeah, perfect. And do we have anything that requires 15? Probably not, no. Okay, a little bit of a shame. So we're slightly wasted in terms of our guys, but we've got these guys bringing in some more Frostlanders. Over in the city, we are out of resources. Interesting. So let's start building towards this shallow iron vein, so we can start to mine that up a little bit. Yeah, it looks like our extraction district here is completely done. Is there anywhere else we can extract from here? We could expand this out. We'd have to frost break a little bit, but that's fine. We can do that. I do really quite like the frost breaking mechanic in the game. It really reminds me of the Frostpunk board game that came out, where you got to actually break through the frost a little bit. So I wonder if they got the inspiration from that, or if it was the other way around, that they were developing that for a while and they just added it to the board game. Either way, pretty cool. Delegate session. Vote on mechanized scouts. We held in 10 weeks. We train our scouts to use advanced technology and techniques in order to optimize exploration. Yeah, I'm down for that. You know what? I actually want this to pass, guys, so you could everybody just do this for me, please? Thanks. There we go. Plenty of votes. Plenty of votes. There we go. 62-4. I will take that. Anything we can do to increase the speed of our exploration. Let's have a little look at the high pass over here. We can get that done. Yep, you guys are connecting up the trails. Good stuff. You should be connecting up the trails too. Let's see if we can expand out this extraction zone, and we probably also want to like actually expand over this way as well, if possible. For food, we're doing okay. We need even more housing. Can we build another housing block anywhere? We could in the actual like districts themselves, which I don't know if is a good idea or a bad idea. I don't see how it's a bad idea if we're probably just gonna keep them around for the efficiency bonuses we get from being near the goods factory, right? This has got plenty of wood, so maybe we just actually increase extraction here. We just build a sawmill just to increase extraction a little bit. And in terms of housing, again, we get frost break a little bit, so we'll do that around this sort of housing district over here. Do we have any space on this side? Very slight amount of space, so we could build that around there as well. Perfect. Hopefully that'll be enough housing for all of the new people that have come into our midst, but we'll have to see. Other than that, we could always bring in some more coal, but I don't really see the need for it, to be honest. We have no oil here. Why do we have no oil here? This is bad. Have we sent all of it away? We have. We can't actually send anything over, so we need to just make sure that these guys have enough heat. Gonna slightly annoy the big city for a little while, but that's okay. We can get around that. We've got plenty of people here now as well, so let's actually start working our way down to the second patch, or third patch of oil, sorry. And we'll speed up the game. We'll get enough heat stamps. There we go. Let's get the fracturing pump jack so we can get some more stuff there. What's happening over here? Abandoned shelters, I see. So over here, building a pet cat. The elders will love this little guy for the care facility. Mechanical cat that does all you want with nothing. Doesn't need to be fed, doesn't need to be cleaned, but gives eternal attention and love, at least as long as steel doesn't rust. Perhaps I'll cover the fur or seal fur to encourage pants. Not that it needs them. I'll name him Buster. You set the city on course, the progress cornerstone. So we've got cat drones that are going about. Cat automatons. Everywhere you go, you're beset by furries. Okay, the rallies have been collapsing because people are not happy with us. The Faith Keepers are no longer loving us quite as much. Evolvers. We can't give you funds, but we can grant you the next agenda just to improve relations a little bit with you. To hell with that, indeed. We are pretty low on materials, it must be said. So let's just extract or frost break all along here. We will expand out this extraction area to include this frozen forest, this one. Can't quite grab that one, which is a bit of a shame, but we can always just do that. Good stuff. They should start to work again. We are running out a little bit when it comes to the oil. So what's this? Skyways. This requires 10, yes. So let's upgrade our current place. We don't have enough heat stamps. Okay, so we'll just need to get 100 heat stamps. That's fine, we can get that soon enough. A couple of weeks. Bish bash bosh. There we go. Good stuff. I was a little bit more worried when I played the demo that the heat stamp system would be quite problematic in that you didn't seem to get heat stamps that quickly, but certainly at least now it's much better. What's this? A familiar herd. In the same reindeer herd that provides us food at various occasions in the last few decades, it seems the herd numbers have increased. We can safely send out the hunters. Excellent. Crash dirigible. An opulent passenger vessel lies under the snow, barely visible. The charts inside indicate left London was heading for a site in the Ashtop Mountains when the Great Storm struck. They seem to be many more bodies than the vessel was designed to carry. It'll be grim work to dig around the bodies, but we can salvage cores from the wreck. Yes, let's do it. 3 cores. Perfect. Currently going through the high pass, so let's go through the Steam Valley. Hot water flows from deep crevices here, forming small ponds surrounded by green moss. Yeah, let's go over here with all the Frostlanders. We can get the cores, we can get the generator surplus injectors once we have the cores, and we could probably actually think about researching the deep deposits as well, actually. No contagion prevention, so I guess we have good enough hospitals now that we don't need to worry about it. Yep, so let's get this to research. And yeah, so tension is decreased, disease marginally increased. You know what? I'm actually going to say, guys, just vote for this, would you? We don't need it anymore. We now actually have hospitals where we can cure things, like people getting trapped in cogs. So I think we're okay for the time being. Law passed, I see. No contagion prevention is now in force. Perfect. Good stuff. Everything's going pretty well. Frostlanders, we've got plenty of them. What's in High Pass? The Hot Springs Refuge. In the heart of the mountain pass stands an old loading station, likely used to connect Outpost 11 with the distant hot springs. Inside we found the body of an elderly man who had frozen while waiting for a transport that never arrived. There you go. So we could dismantle the station for prefabs and cores. Okay, let's come back later and we can go out exploring some more. Where do we want to go? The valley over here is pretty easy, so we'll do that. And we'll go these highlands to our south. We'll have a little look around here now that we can kind of do it with impunity. Over here, I've been wanting to build up this logistics district for a while, so we'll do that. And I also want to get this extraction of this iron mine on the go, so we'll do that as well. Yeah, we're doing okay in terms of materials, maybe not doing so great on terms of food, and we're still a little bit lower on oil than I'd like, in that we are actually using a fair bit of oil at the moment. What's happening over here? Sparing a baby seal. Sorry, little one. I had to take your mother. It was her time. But you're too small for my pile now. It'd be a great shame to deprive you of her life for so little meat. Go on, back in the water where you one day will meet again. I'll spare your children to spare you today. The city made a step towards the adaptation of stone. Yeah, fair. There's no point killing it if you can get more meat of it later. And you can get more seals. You can bash around the head. Sorry, shouldn't joke about it. It is true. Okay, so let's have a little look at the old dreadnought. How we doing over here? So we don't have enough normal supplies, but we have a lot of oil now being produced, which is great. Let's also frost break over here, and we'll get this whole oil bit out and done. Let's see what we can do for sending things over. Okay, so perfect. We've got a much higher capacity for sending things across. So let's say we send over all but 20, so there's a little bit of a surplus. We can send over enough of these things. We can send over some goods as well. We can always increase the number of goods we're creating in the main city. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. It's a pretty good deal, you know. You live over here, all you do is work the oil well. And in your main city, there's a bunch of crime, for some, apparently. I guess because there's just so many people. So we need heat stamps. Hey, new Londoners, you want to just give us some money? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You are my favorite political establishment. Right, let's expand out this housing district so we can build up another one of our watchtowers. Will expand out over here as well. You know what, you're right, it was very generous of me to donate. I'm so glad you agree. Now over here, we did build that already, yep, so that is increasing our exploration speed. Good. That's probably why we're exploring so quickly, actually. It's because we've got all this various stuff that increases our exploration speed. Colder season, heat demand has increased. There is a whiteout coming, I believe. An old enemy. Incoming whiteout. Steward. It's only a matter of time. We had an unusually long streak of mild weather. But now meteorologists are clear. There's a familiar drop in air pressure at higher altitudes. A whiteout is coming. The wind will cause extreme cold, and the clouds will blot out the sun, impacting our food production. Without shelter, ample fuel, and stockpile of food, our people are at mortal risk. Heat demand will increase greatly during the whiteout. Okay, so we need to prepare for that. Shouldn't be for a little while, so we should hopefully be okay. This can be not be expanded, so let's get ourselves another food district. We have workers available for it, so we'll build that out. Can we build a bio-waste hothouse? We will. Good stuff. We can build that just now. We do need to build something that will stop this crime, so we'll get another watchtower. Also give us a bunch of guards as well, which is very nice. And we have our deep melting drill. Good stuff. Let's have a little look at our resources, our heating over here. So we do have coal liquefactors. We can do carrying coal liquefactors or pressurized ones. This one does produce more coal. Requires more workers, but I mean, you're putting in less coal and you're getting in more oil, so we can have a few of these. They do cost steam cores is the only thing. And these also have a higher material demand, so yeah, I think we go with this one. I think that's good. How are we doing over here? We need 300 heat stamps to get the generator construction done. Good stuff. People aren't so happy with us anymore for some reason, but that's probably just a bit of pressure from the white out that's coming. Let's get people over here to the gorge. And I wonder if I think one of our food places has stopped functioning, so yeah, we could probably send somebody over to grab that cash that the place has done. We could also send over people there. We don't have enough people to do it, but yeah, we can just send people over when we get a second. Good stuff. We still need more oil. So how are we doing over in the old dreadnought? Things are going reasonably okay. Let's build ourselves another oil extraction area over here. We could even expand out this extraction one, take more people. The warmer season, so there's less oil being used. Good. That's very good because we need to expand out everything around here. So let's just do that. Expand out here as well so we can build out this housing place as well if need be. Good thing is we've got plenty of shelter, so we don't need to worry about it too much. Now in terms of goods, we don't have enough goods. So let's maybe actually flip this over to goods production. There we go. Now we have enough goods. Our prefabs are looking pretty good. We've got 2,000 prefabs. We're still making 33 from our salvaging factories a week. I think that's more than enough. I don't think we need any more than that. Council, let's have a look at our laws. We've got a Bureau of Propaganda. Interesting. We could always go for that. Do we have any other laws that we can do? So we're alright for the city survival laws. There's no city laws. And we're alright for society. So maybe we can get guard and force. No, we cannot. People do not like us. Okay, that's fair enough. You know what? Why don't we say to the Frostlanders here, you guys can have an agenda. What do you want to do? Durable goods. Yeah, you know what? I'll just gonna let you guys vote. I don't mind. I don't really want this, but it's fine. Yep, there you go. People wanted that passed, so it's gonna happen. Nothing lost. Steward, our bio-waste hothouse has become cooperating with people who forage for food additives in the Frostland, on top of the regular duties to provide it with leaves, animal carcasses, and feces in order to enrich its compost. This will no doubt increase our food output. Ah, cool. Very nice. Ah, and would you look at that? We've suddenly got a massive food surplus. Speaking of surpluses, we probably want to have a little think about how much fuel surpluses we have. We've got a big stockpile of fuel, and we've actually got a decent amount of food. I guess it's because we've got that connection to the what's it called? The old outpost 11. It's expanding our stockpiles a little bit. Nameless Cliff, hot springs under many mounds under a cliff. The scout attention, they discover hundreds of infant skeletons. Attract the top of the cliff leads to the hot springs. We can only assume the reason for doing this. Perhaps we can offer to take any children the hot springs cannot support to New London. Yeah, even the burning New London will take care of these children. Let's do it. Ah, okay, so these people live in deep reverence to natural spring. It's the old hot spring from the DLC in the original game. Very cool. Now, we can access the spring if we rebuild the loading station at High Pass and the mushroom experiment somewhere else in the Endless Plains. I guess the Endless Plains is probably these plains here. So yeah, let's just launch an expedition there. Launch one over the ridge line. What do we need to do? to rebuild. Requires a trail to the city. So let's get a trail done. We can get that in nice and quick. Access that on up, and we can have a little look over here. Ghost Town. All signs indicate the settlement was habited until recently. Strangely, the larder was empty, but most of the clothing, personal items were left behind. There are some bloodstains in the snow, but no bodies were found. One scout found a salvageable core beneath the heart of the town hall, earning herself extra rations. The buildings themselves contain very useful components as well, if we can spare the men to dismantle them. Could take everything. Cool. And there is a musk ox curd. Cool. Yep, so we can get even more food if we need it. Right now, we're actually doing okay for food. We've also explored this bit down here as well, so what do we find? Abandoned lazaret. Built hastily during the 1901 plague, these buildings were used to quarantine infected New Londoners. Now they lie silent and forgotten. Scores of wooden crosses, a grim reminder of what transpired. Should we decide to serve the dead, dismantling this place could yield some raw resources. I think we're all right for now. Wise Women Camp. Our scouts have met with the wise women from which these hills are famed. Some are in fact New Londoners who left during the captain's first days. They would be pleased to return to New London now. We have a council and they say they can bring some cores with them. However, some of the captain's most loyal followers consider these women traitors and they should remain exiles. Okay, yeah, cool. And the schismatic temple. Inside this abandoned temple, our scouts found a circle of frozen naked bodies lying on a strange idol made of ice. Nearby sat a pile of Faithkeeper robes. The temple's fallen into disrepair. We could salvage it for prefabs. The Faithkeepers prefer we destroy all evidence of this place. We were really... yeah, we'll just erase all evidence. We don't need the prefabs just now. We're okay. Blessed with oil, rising forever. Steward, some of the Faithkeepers have begun using oil for their ceremonies, convinced that this divine gift will get us through the incoming whiteout unscathed. They're devoted to receive a black smudge on their forehead, a sign of their righteous commitment to defeating the frost. Several made the pilgrimage to the old dreadnought to bless themselves with the oil from the source. Their devotion to facing the frost is clear. Cool. It does increase their fervor a little bit though, which, okay. Yeah, they're very, very interested in defeating the whiteout. Okay, let's have a little thing. We still don't have enough pre-heat stamps, so let's just go ahead. We can get a bunch of heat stamps. Yeah, nice and quick. There we go. Build that up. What's happening over here? A beacon of hope, incoming whiteout. Steward, our guards have encountered a group of frozen, terrified outsiders at the edge of the city. They speak of stories spreading among the destitute groups scraping by in the frozen waste. That improved generator can ensure safety for all, that here people can have a future. It seems New London has become a beacon of hope in the face of the incoming whiteout. There will be more people coming. Population growth increases, laws regulating outsiders' influx unlocked, population growth extremely increased. Okay, I see. So we are going to need to build up some new houses. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with that. How are we doing over in the old dreadnought? We've got plenty of oil. There, we probably want to build a stockpile up here as well, actually, now I think about it. So let's do that. Yeah. Less workers, more fuel. They can stockpile up. Let's send over more oil to New London if we can. That's a pretty good surplus, at least for now. We can expand those out and we can get some more pump jacks as well. What about over here? Weather station increases population growth. And the Winterholme Bridge, the remains of an old bridge leading to Winterholme. An ominous sign hangs to the nearest side. Only death lies beyond. Whether it was left by would-be jokers or superstitious scouts is unclear. I see. So yeah, let's launch this expedition over here into the valleys. We can see a little bit more there. And we need to make sure that we also go and grab those cores when we get a second. Speaking of which, we might as well send these people to be useful, so we'll expand out this logistics station over here. We don't have enough money to build anything else, and people do not like us enough to give us money. Not ideal. Yeah, people don't seem to like us very much. But we have got the coal liquefactors, so we can turn our fairly useless coal, at least, into more oil, which I think we probably will do, just because we can work that, well... yeah, we aren't getting any coal, we've just kind of got a stagnant stockpile at the moment. Can we build this over here? Well, we don't know just now because we don't have enough heat stamps, so we'll have to wait for them. Alright, how are we doing now over in the Frostlands? We've completed this up. We've found Hot Springs Mushroom Caves. So our scouts found a variety of mushrooms growing within the different depths of the cavern. Broken heat pipes run through the caverns. The scouts suspect this place is an attempt at the Hot Springs populace to develop a hardier food source. We could take the mushrooms to add more variety to our hothouses, or we could repair the facility and share its benefits with the hot spring people. Yeah, let's do that. And it also gives us another food harvesting place. Excellent. We don't need that for just now. There's a bunch of goods here. We could remove food and get a bunch of goods. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Sounds like a good idea to me. Let's go over here. We don't have enough teams to take everything, so we'll wait until we do. What do we have to do over here to rebuild? Just some prefabs, okay. Not bad. We can now access the springs. Hey, so we just need to connect up these trails. Let's do it. It's going to take us a little bit of time and some money. We don't have enough heat stamps. Ah, heat stamps, you are the bane of my existence. We do seem to be spending them an awful lot more now, it must be said. Okay, we're going to have a big... That's a massive influx of population. They were not kidding when they said that. Yeah, we're gonna need to grab more housing blocks very quickly. Do we want to build up another heating hub to get more heat? I think we do. Let's do that. Black baptism rising further. Sure, the Faith Keepers organize a mass baptism in the central district. Through oil we will be reborn. Through oil we will vanquish the frost and subdue the earth. Go forth and spread word through the city is the sermon they repeat over and over and over again. While the Faith Keepers insist that it's an innocent religious ceremony, the Evolvers are strongly condemning this show of force. They urge us to forbid further public baptisms. Okay, so we can prohibit it. I don't like the sound of this. Mostly because people are getting covered in oil and there's massive oil vats everywhere. We could, you know what? Let's just let them continue. It's fine. Just baptize people in oil. Sure, nothing bad will happen. It's Frostpunk. Nothing bad ever happens. I don't know what I'm worrying about. Okay, we have also got those good factories that we could build. We've still got the coal liquefactors that we want to build as well. What can we do over here? We can... unproductive do maintenance versus all do maintenance. I kind of like the idea of the unproductive do maintenance because that means that rather than everybody having to do it just to recruit the material demands, this also increases production efficiency. Good stuff, let's do that. In terms of our heat stamps, we've got a little bit of them now. We could get a deep melting drill, but what I'm more interested about is this carrying coal liquefactor, which we can't build over here, but we can build in this industrial district, and this will give us even more oil than we currently have, which is going to be very useful because things are about to get pretty chilly. What do we find over here? Fortitude Base, Roller Expedition, possible settlement. The abandoned base welcomes us with a fortitude sign. The roof has collapsed on a lab where scientists study the cause of the frost, but the training halls remain intact, along with equipment used in attempts to contact other generator cities. We could take all the preserve supplies back to New London, or we could leave them, making reactivating the base more or less costly. Okay, that is cores. Yeah, let's leave them here. And we can... we don't have enough heat stamps to actually build that up, but that's fine. Dreamer's Mine, a bunch of materials. Okay, cool. And then this is the weather station that increases our population growth. We have 50 people, so we can come over here. We can take everything. It's just the one core. I mean, 500 prefabs. It's not terrible, I suppose. What about over here? Textile factory, shipwreck camp. A factory's machinery has all been taken away, but thousands of uniforms lie in the warehouse, neatly sorted into rows according to size. A delivery schedule shows the clothes being sent to the shipwreck camp. The last deliveries are marked as refused. The uniforms are simple, but made from quality yarn. In any case, too many clothes are better than not enough. Okay, yeah, let's grab those clothes. Nothing like good clothes. The woodsman, the shipwreck camp. A sound of sawmills can be heard for miles before reaching the small commune of old escaped convicts. Each worker is paid equally regardless of seniority, and they each wear the same uniforms, even when not on ship. It seems they were once organised as a shipwreck camp, but many of them thought they were corrupt and new gangs forced them out of town. So we could reinstate the woodmen as leaders of the shipwreck camp. Okay, we'll come back later on. Let's have a little look inside this valley. And I don't think there's any other plains that we can have a little look at, is there? Nah, it just seems to be mountains. Frozen ocean requires too many people. The coast over here is pretty costly in terms of number of people. Ah, this valley here. Yep, perfect. We'll have a little look around here. We always have a little look at the ridgeline afterwards. What about over here? Dreadnought Husk, Curse of Winterhome. An ancient empty dreadnought hull towers over the flat snow. Our scouts met some people living in the shelters on the leeway sides who claimed the mounted machine was stripped clean long before they arrived. The people have asked us to take them to New London, if only so they can be further away from the ruins of Winterhome. Everyone who goes there comes back with a cough that only worsens. One of the camp lads said, stay away. Yes, let's bring them in. Sure, we find ruins of Winterhome. Winterhome has a cursed history. A series of corrupt leaders pushed the city's generator beyond its limits. At last, a competent captain took charge, but by then the generator had already been permanently damaged and doomed to explode. The city's people had no choice but to gather all they could into a nearby dreadnought and take their chances in the Frostland. Rumour has it the ruins still hold valuable resources, but our scouts avoid the site, fearing toxic gases leaking from the fissures in the ground and the ghosts that wail through the night. This place is dead. We should move on. Ah, poor Winterhome. The curse of Winterhome is very real. Or at least that's what it feels like. Okay, so we need to activate the surplus injectors. So what does that do? If we go to the generator, surplus injectors allows the generator to burn all excess fuel for an increase of all districts up to 15%. The bigger the surplus, the bigger the output increase. So if I do this, the warmth our upgraded generator now pumps to the same cities unprecedented. People take off their layers, testing the air with bare skin disbelief. The dream of feeling warm again is real unless the frost tests us. Oh yeah, that is a massive surplus of heat. Feels a little bit excessive, actually. Okay. It does improve productivity, that's good to know as well. So that'll be useful during the whiteout, and it doesn't seem to improve or increase the stress as well, which is also good. Let's have a little look at the old dreadnought. How are we doing over here? Yeah, we're doing alright. We do need some more supplies, so we'll make sure to add them in. There we go. Yeah, well, we've actually got plenty of this stuff here, so we'll make sure we've got plenty of supplies coming in. How are we doing in terms of extraction? We could get another fracturing pipe pump jack, but if we had the money, which we will do in just a second, I'm sure. Unproductive do maintenance, there we go. That's being asked for by the evolvers. Yeah, let's get another pump jack in there. That should hopefully do things enough. We'll head back to the city. How are we doing over here, guys? Everybody doing alright? Let's have a little look at the council. So, unproductive do maintenance. Most people are hesitant, so maybe we can negotiate for this. Frostlanders are mostly hesitant, but there's a lot of them. Will you vote for it if we... I mean, we don't really need to build a survivalist headquarters. We already have enough of them. We could research an advanced biowaste hothouse. I don't think that's a bad idea, actually. Yeah, let's agree to that. And then we can vote on this, and we can get the unproductive doing maintenance to continue making the city even better. Be interesting to see when this whiteout comes. Ah, so it should be here in a little bit. Unproductive do maintenance is now in force. Perfect. Alright, can we expand this out? We cannot, so... just waiting on money, really. That's all we're doing. We'll get a little bit of extra money. We can have a little look at the work tree. We can get efficiency bonuses. Do we have any way of getting more money? Shelter provided by housing is increased. I like that. Or he's... yeah, okay, merit-based housing. Yep, let's do it. That sounds great. More housing and more money. Speaking of housing, we do need to have a little think about the amount of people needing houses. What's this saying? Profitable day. Lack of law regulating outsiders, decreasing population growth. That's probably a good thing. Because there's a lot of people... sorry, I just completely skipped over that as well. I just realised that. Too busy thinking about what needs to be done. Speaking of which, disease is growing. Notably growing. Okay, crime is stable, but I don't like the fact that disease is growing. Can we expand on out? Yes, let's expand out this housing district, please. Good stuff. We also need to research that advanced biowaste hothouse. And let's have a little look at our guys here. So we have hot springs here that we need to connect the trails to. So we should have... we don't have any money, so we can't do that just now. And we've also got this fortitude base, which reduces exploration cost. Interesting. Let's head over to this ridgeline here, and we'll launch an expedition over the plains, and we can maybe build up some more of our infrastructure around the place. As it stands, we are doing okay for everything bar housing, so let's build ourselves another housing district, if possible. Good stuff. Trying to do as much as we can for the heat. We're using up a lot of heat, but hopefully these heating pumps are doing well to reduce it. I'm sorry, Faith Keepers, I know you like me and all, but I really need you to just give me some money. Oh my goodness, yes, please, thank you. Alright, let's have a little think about our heat hubs. Can we improve heating anywhere here? This could be a good place, actually. Yeah, let's do one here, just to improve the heating on those guys. Can we do one here? Yes, we can. We'll do one there as well. We just want to make sure that we're producing enough heat that we don't have to use our oil or our coal for. Not particularly happy that this disease seems to be going up pretty bad. Slightly increased by squalor and significantly increased by cold. So it's because of the cold is increasing it. That's why it seems quite so terrible. Alright, let's frost break our way through into being able to build a bunch more housing districts. There is a nice little crevasse here actually that gives a lot of shelter and a lot of heat. I like the sound of that. So let's also build some houses down here.
Do not complain about maintenance.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with this guy. Do not complain. We could probably just leave it at do not complain, to be honest. Do not complain. I'm doing everything for you. Baron's Cave, shipwreck camp. Walls of whiskey barrels protect the entrance to this cave. Inside, shackled servants sell anything from stone jackets to sun drugs. Towards the back of the markets are where servants themselves are bought and sold. Our scouts received a message. To whoever rules New London, I rescued each of my servants from certain death in the plague-ridden bilge of the shipwreck camp. Send us the materials to make weapons and we expand the shipwreck itself, the Baron. Interesting. We could cease this guy's thing, or we can send him a bunch of materials. Come back later. What's this over here? Shipwreck camp. About 5,000 people. Broken chains hang from the gunwale of a wrecked prison hulk, founded by escaped convicts who swore all residents would be equal. Rival gangs formed over time and now compete for power. Our scouts say the settlement is chaos, with different levels of law and practices behind each bulkhead. Until a clear authority reigns, there's nothing we can do with the wreck. We could crush the gangs, demolish the wreck, and bring the innocents to New London. Let's come back later. We can maybe sort of deal with these guys after the whiteout, I think. Speaking of that, let's connect ourselves up to the hot springs over here. Because we should already have our trails over here, so that's a pretty easy connection, although it's very mountainous. I do like the way that the length or the distance you can go with your trails depends on the terrain. That is pretty cool. Scrubbing the word heathen off our door, claiming I received men at night or that I ate Mrs. Crenshaw's cat are no longer enough. Now they mark my door. Even Ginny the shopkeeper is avoiding me now. I've had enough. I give up. I'll go through it with her damn baptism. Just a bit of oil after all. Smudge, really. I trade one mark for the other. One that will buy me peace and quiet, or one that will make me one of them. They continue their massed baptisms. I see. Well, that's it. If you don't like oil, you just have to say, and people think badly of you. Can we get another baptism? No, they don't like us enough. Merit-based housing. Yeah, I like that. That gives us a little bit of extra money. Let's go to our resources and we can get our advanced hothouses. Yep, the advanced bio-waste hothouse. Let's get that researched. Costs us 100, but it should make that we get even more food. Although food is not something I'm particularly worried about just now. How are we doing for heat stamps? We've got a decent amount of income, and hopefully getting some more shelter will prove that as well. Just pretty difficult to keep up with this requirement. I mean, population growth is exploding at the moment, so a little bit harder than other times to keep it going, but it's alright. Delegate session. Merit-based housing. Yes, let us get people to vote for this, please. We're not going to bother negotiating. We're just going to say, hey guys, I want you to vote for this. You know, listen to me, I am the steward. Very important.
The eyes have it.
And as we can see, the eyes have it. Fantastic. Merit-based housing is now in force. Cool. So now that we've got a bit more merit, it should increase our heat. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's given us a bunch more heat stamps. Got enough shelter as well, though we are just about to increase in population again. Interesting, interesting. How are we doing over here at Hot Springs? Unmet requirements. Oh, this is cool. So if we have 10 of our guys here, that decreases disease in all of our colonies and our main city. That's actually quite good. What's happening over here? Ice smelter. Huge buy-in smelting apparatus provide the steel used to construct nearby generators on behalf of the Imperial Exploration Company. A crew of thousands once lived within below the machine, only a small fraction of whom made it to New London. The captain sent a crew with cores here to establish an outpost. There's no sign of the crew, but the cores remain, along with many salvageable components. We can take it all back to New London or finally restart the smelter. Generates materials, or gives us 4 cores. probably want to restart that if we can. Windward Moor. Freezing winds buffet this part of the valley. Following our oldest maps, our scouts found a generator construction site buried under the snow, but little of it remains. The area contains some resource deposits, but they're too accessible to find in New London. This place is too barren to benefit us. Probably not the best place to put a generator then, to be honest. As always, a good thing about New London is it was kind of based in this crater, wasn't it? So it meant that they protected from the majority of the winds. Whereas just kind of having it above ground doesn't seem that good of an idea. I wonder if that was the one that we built for last autumn, because that one didn't seem... I mean, there were cliffs around that one, to be fair. Who knows? Either way, things are progressing. We're getting more oil. The amount of oil that we're using has gone up. We're about to get a bunch of new people as well. So maybe we want to build in, if we can, another coal liquefactor. It doesn't look like we can. Yeah, it's got the mechanized sawmill in it. Can we? No, we don't have enough space to build another one. We'd have to build another industrial district, and more important than that, we need to build more housing. Let's get another heating hub up to increase the amount of heat so we're burning less stuff, and we will expand out our housing district. And we'll dip it in here. Perfect. And we can even build a nice little housing district in here. Like so. It can be a little bit in the crevasse, so we get a little bit of a benefit from that. Just increase our heating up as well. Just so we can use a little bit less oil and we can get everybody housed and we can get some more money. Oh, what's happening over here? Intruders, New London, Steward. A group of strangers have arrived at the old dreadnought. They call themselves the Wanderers. They seem to be a nomadic tribe for whom this wreck was a pilgrimage site. When they learned their tombs were destroyed, they were furious. Clenched jaws were the only sign of outrage. As we take in their camp, they elastically provide stockpile of oil that they also survive the wipeout. They seem desperate enough to be a threat. In the face of the whiteout, they may choose to raid the old dreadnought for oil. Okay. We could promise to deliver them oil. 30,000 oil within 40 weeks in the old dreadnought. Turn them down and secure the site. We need 12. You know what? We'll promise to give them oil. We're doing all right for it. The nomads encampment. We could send... Yeah. We'll send them oil from New London. We've got the stockpiles. I think we're okay. Mossy Caves gives us some more food over here. What do you find? Cursed circles. Some nomads have left circles, strange machines surrounding a single body. Forget hope is carved into each machine. Some of them contain useful cores. Our scouts claim the parts are cursed and should be... You know what? No. Cores are cores. We're taking the cores. We're not going to be superstitious about things we can't make ourselves. Okay, how are we doing it over here? So, the Lovers. A pair of automatons lie broken in the snow. The tracks show they lost their navigational bearings and follow each other in a circle until they broke down. The scouts make their story sound almost romantic. We can either take their cores or repair the automatons to work in New London. Yeah, let's repair them. Love automatons. Let's do it. Staging it for the Royal Expedition. Judging from the remains, dozens of vehicles were manned and loaded here. Scouts found some map from a half-buried crate. Each marked possible locations at other generator cities. One was annotated with thick letters, Rowett knows. They left behind such enthusiasm that many tools and scrap pieces were left to be buried behind by snow and time. We could get a bunch of materials, but I'm not too worried about that. And they've got a hunting camp here. Rows of hunter hangars break the flat white landscape. Cool. Discovery station of the Route Expedition. An abandoned research station battles the winds. Our scouts found a sealed case of letters from the lab at Fortitude Base, but the station's purpose remains unclear. The final note is addressed to Route herself. We won't need the others. After all, we can do it ourselves. Scientific is gone, but we could assemble the structure itself for some prefabs. I think we're okay for that. Last camp. Some survivors of an expedition have been taking refuge in an old coal mine, but they refuse to return to New London without their commander. He's our only hope. He'll come back and he'll bring the secret to the First Spring with him. If we can find out what happened to the rest of the expedition, perhaps we can convince him to come home. We'll come back later. So I guess we're just going out into these hills then. Don't know where else he would have gone. We'll go out to this valley as well. You know what, we might as well have a little search about before the storm hits. We've got a little bit of time. Frostlanders' demands met. The Frostlanders are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Cool. The nomads, we should be okay because we sent them out all of the fuel, so they shouldn't be too unhappy with us.
The Evolvers invite all
What we do have to be a little bit worried about is the fact that we don't have any expanded extraction districts over here, so I think what we'll do is we'll build another one. We've got the people. We've got a massive surplus of people actually, so yeah, we can be a little bit more gung-ho with all of our stuff. Yep, so we're building this up. Get another one as well. Perfect. Loads of Frostland teams. I want to get this entire thing mapped up as soon as possible. What else can we do? Charcoal plant. So we can do this, take some materials, gives us out coal. That's a lot of coal. That's a lot of coal. Quite a few workers, but that is a lot of coal. And even though we're not using much coal, we are using it to then turn it into oil. Do we have a better way of doing that? What's this? Heat dispatcher. Heat dispatcher's control center where engineering teams monitor and optimize district heating and boosting the generator's output. Interesting. This would be good. It doesn't cost as many people. Squalor is slightly increased, but we don't mind about that. Let's get that. I like that. I guess these are things we can put in the housing districts. Council, what are we looking at? What can we do? Outsiders. We could accept all outsiders, allow productive outsiders, or refuse outsiders. No. I think, you know what, we just say, hey, you know what, come in. We are quite fine now. Everybody, I just want you to pass this, please. Thank you. We're just going to say, you know what, everybody come in. As it stands, we are the bastion for humanity. We are the only one who built a good society through our faith keepers and people getting crushed by cogs. And it's probably the best you're going to get. So, you know. What's happening here? Nomads placated. Stewards, nomads have received the promised oil. Their leaders approached our scouts with respect. They took great care to avoid the sight of the graves we desecrated. At last, they siphoned the oil into a wagon. They left with seemingly kind words. All is forgiven between us. This shelter is now your shelter. Our graves are now your graves. I see. Nomads placated. We've delivered 3,000 oil to the nomad. They accepted with deference and left to continue their journey through the Frostland. I see. Cool. So we don't have to worry about them again. Always good. How are we doing for squalor? It's noticeable here, which I'm not 100% pleased with. So let's get ourselves something to stop that. And how are we doing for oil? We've got a pretty large stockpile here, which isn't bad. How are we doing in New London? We've got an even bigger stockpile, and we're still producing a little bit ourselves. Talk of a protest. The Evolvers. Steward, relations with the Evolvers have become unbearably tense. They see your current efforts as utter folly and spit on the ground whenever you enter the council. If there wasn't a White House at our door, we would be out there with our fists held high, dragging the city to a halt until you finally start to see reason. We can ignore them for now, but we may consider placating them before the weather worsens. Yeah, we could probably research something for them just to make them a little bit happier. It's probably a good idea. Because people are not particularly happy with us at the moment, for some reason. Don't know why, guys. Things are going pretty well, you know? Can't complain about everything. Okay, how are we doing in terms of looking at stuff? Still having a little expedition. Let's go. We'll have a little look at this mountain over here. We'll have a look at these hills. We've got a small amount we could still do. Have we managed to actually explore everywhere already? Surely not. We could launch one over here. Yeah, let's launch one over here. Does seem like we've managed to explore the majority of the map already, which I'm quite surprised about. Here's our whiteout. It's coming. Oh lordy, it's coming. Alright, everybody get ready. What do we need to do to make sure that we're going to be ready? We're going to have more people coming in, most likely. We need to make sure we have enough goods. Got a good stockpile, but I think we want to build another industrial district if we can. Mostly as well because we can then also use that. We can get that to make goods, and then we can also get that to make us more oil. There's nowhere else we can get coal here. It could be interesting to get a deep drill on one of these material sites. We can't expand this out anymore. No, we cannot. I wonder if we can actually build, as I was saying there, if we can build... I don't think we have it researched. No, we don't. Shame. I was thinking potentially we could build up a coal, like a charcoaler in these old extraction places, because we don't need, like, say, this building anymore. Yeah, we can get the heat stamps back. Speaking of which, yeah, there's nothing there. We can potentially do that over there. just to get us some more coal so we can use more of that. But we've got a massive stockpile. So let us build up another industrial area over here. And we can use that to turn more coal into oil so we can keep our stockpiles up. Still got a bit of time before the whiteout comes. Actuated heat dispatcher due building proposed by the Londoners. Okay, so we got our mountain over there we're going through. Let's go have a look at this mountain. What we found over here, the ice caves, nomads. This site is guarded by dark silhouettes terminating nomadic people of this area. Clanking grinding sounds echo over the ice in the distance. We can see entrance to the cave. Some nights we also hear violent shouting. Nothing more terrifying than those past in eerie silence. The nomad guards signal that we should not approach. We can only listen and wonder. Mind of our dealings of the past and ask to be shown the caves. We can enter by force. Yeah, let's try and see if we can convince them. Nomads invite our scouts to the home. They didn't say much from what scouts saw. The caves are a place for different bands to trade food and supplies. The efficiency with which the nomads used oil for lighting and heating was particularly impressive. As a gift, their elders offer sketches of their oil heaters, some of the simplest devices, yet more advanced than anything in our own home. Ah, cool. Perfect. Timber kiln. A huge sawmill and kiln used by groups of nomads to produce oil from frozen timber. Our engineers believe we can make the machine much more efficient. If we can get a speaking terms with these nomads, we could share the machine, offering them some of the supply. Otherwise, we could take the machine by force. Yeah, let's share it. We have access to the machine oil output, but we have to share it with the nomads. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, yeah. So this will produce a whole bunch of oil. Let's see if we can get a skyline over. This is going to be quite the skyline, it must be said. Alright, let's build this up and down. In fact, we might as well just fully connect this up. Perfect, yeah. Massive skyline. We could have just connected it straight up, but it's okay. The main thing is we're getting it constructed. Ooh, cool, cool, cool. Right, can we do anything with these guys here? We can bring these guys to New London. Shut down this guy's cave. Yeah, this seems to be... Yeah, free the servants. Sounds good to me. Let's shut it down. We're going to get rid of this baron. Get rid of all this slavery. We're going to do something about this crime, so we'll get a watchtower. And we'll make sure we get this liberated youth that people are wanting. Yeah, trust rises slightly. Yeah, perfect. Let's do it. People are happy. Let's build ourselves some more goods as well, and we will get ourselves the carrying coal over here. So yeah, activated heat thing increases squalor but gives you heat. Yeah, I like it. Probably also need some materials to use, but that's fine. Let's expand out this extraction area. Here we go, and you know what, let's actually get a mechanized sawmill so we can make sure we have enough of our basic materials. Yeah, good stuff. And we will build up our housing districts, and we probably want to build some housing blocks wherever we can. Probably a good place to just build them as this old extraction area over here. Evolver's demands met. Yep, knew you'd be happy with that. Okay, liberated youth is done. Let us get ourselves... it wasn't the coal liquefactors over here, charcoal plants. So we can get the charcoal regeneration plant, or we can get the pyrolytic one. I think we get the regeneration plant. Costs a little bit more on workers, but we're not exactly low on workers at the moment. So I don't see it being a bad thing. Okay, let's have a look at the Frostline, what we found. Buried village for more materials, very nice. Slavers camp. Several scouts went missing in this area over the years. Finally, we traced their tracks out to this walled camp. We can see cages and guarded huts, seem kind of slaving camp. If we sent guards, we could deal with the slavers and rescue some of the prisoners. Our scouts certainly feel safer and know they can explore without having to watch their back. Yes. Go get them, boys. Breakdown point. From the sides of the abandoned workshop, wooden scaffolding support structures, our scout believe a dreadnought was serviced here for several months. Around the workshop, they found the remains of training equipment. Targets, bows, rifles and compasses, all used and repaired and used again to the point of shattering. Small graveyard stood to the side near a crude sculpture of a man covered in eels. The plinth reads, "Those who stay are lost, but those who move on will be found." We could salvage the remains for some prefabs, but it's not really much point. We're doing okay for just now. Have a little look at this valley, see what's over there. Over here, we found the frozen grove for more materials. We're actually doing absolutely fine for materials just now, so I'm not too bothered about it. A pile of stones break the horizon. A cairn is both a grave and a cache. We firmly believe the core within was left for whoever finds themselves in need and not just for the explorer's journey in the afterlife. So the scouts fear disturbing stones, whilst others point out that we can take the core and reassemble the cairn afterwards. Yes, let's take the core. Gotta love cores, gotta take them. And that's as far as we can go down here. What about over here? Site of conflict of the Roet expedition. A pair of broken down transports are flanked by unmarked graves. Neither damage nor death are the result of natural causes. If repaired, the transports could be useful for future expeditions, and again, their cores could be useful too. Yeah, let's do this. We can get massive reduced exploration time. We found a fishing spot, very nice. And deserters end the route expedition. The transport lies in pieces, frozen corpses scattered around unburied. Our scout found a journal amongst the carnage. After that bloodshed week backs, he's only got madder. He speaks of splitting atoms, setting the air on fire, ending the frost. He's declared this a one-way journey and hanged the men who argued, not waiting for the same. Bury the bodies and go. So, their expedition is done. Let's bring back these guys. Huge amount of cores, bunch of coal. Yeah, very nice. What about over here? Languid herd. These rangers seem to be slowly dying away due to cause of stone lack of edible fauna. They won't survive too many more years. We'll have to send our hunters while we can. Wrecked warehouse. So there will be some cores here. Crumbling warehouse sits by a dilapidated truck. It's been pillaged many times by scavengers. One of our scouts noticed a metal trapdoor. She drilled through the thick metal and entered a buried chamber containing a pristine core. Instruction manuals in the chamber show the core was intended to drive a locomotive, but we could refurbish it for other purposes in New London. What about over here? Silver automatons. Under the stove lies a convoy of automatons in imperial livery and tarnished silver hulls. The machines seem to have come from the Ashtop Mountains. The scouts managed to decipher their last instructions. If no one arrives, seek survivors. Our scouts are confident they could repair the automatons to work in New London, otherwise we repurpose the automatons' cores. But we're not doing anything just now because the storm's here. And an abandoned camp with a bunch of prefabs. Very cool. But nothing else to do. We'll launch an expedition over here in the frozen ocean. I don't think we can come into the mountain. Yeah, we don't have enough people. And then we can move further out along this way. So this seems to be more about where we can explore. We seem to have kind of come to our end along this side of the map, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. It just means that we're exploring quite well. And it seems like the northern end as well. We've kind of explored everything that we can. Right, the whiteout is coming. Apologies if you could hear that horn there. Somebody's beeping away. But the whiteout is coming. It is time to deal with it. Do we have anywhere else we can build more of these housing districts in? It does seem like we are getting a little bit of shelter from these housing blocks. So yeah, we're going to use our old extraction sites as a way to keep them going. Crime is still very noticeable, and I'm not particularly happy with that. So, and there's nowhere else we can build a patrol watchtower. And population has increased again. We need to build even more places for people to live. Okay, so yeah, let's break out the frost. How are we doing over here? Sweeping the stairs of his shop, but my first shop, mine. I earned off the sweat of my own back. I put my nose to the grindstone, I stayed focused, and I was rewarded. This city is slowly proving to be a haven for merit and hard work. Next, I'll buy at the shop around the corner. I'll expand. There'll be an Ollie's outlet at every corner. Mark my words. I'll show him my worth, and I'll charge him accordingly. Make steps towards the merit milestone. Good stuff. Good job, boy. How are we doing over here? Liberated youth. You know what? Do we want to just get people to do it? Or, yeah, we'll just get people to do it. It's easier than negotiating, and it doesn't give us too much of a drop in trust. There we go. Nice and easily passed. I see. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. What happened over here? Deactivated. Needs repairs. Yeah, we'll repair that, please. Thank you. And we should be extracting away. Crime is still coming up, and I'm really not happy about that. So let's make sure that we are building up more housing districts, and we also want a frost break inside this little crevasse if we can. And around it as well. There we go. Good stuff. We can build some more houses in there shortly. The whiteout is coming soon. There's something else happening over here. Avant-garde liberated youth. Steward, ever since we introduced the liberated youth gatherings, groups of young people start revolving around the city. One such group is calling themselves the Revolve Evolve Collective, and they've come with a request. Wildflower, Tin Man, Zeke and I melded our mind and bodies during our local gatherings, said one. We want to make beautiful art, celebrate and praise the city for bringing us together. We want you to erect a striking monument that will raise the city's and your esteem in the people eye. They only need some resources to make it happen. You know what? We might as well. They seem like good little kids. We'll let them do whatever they want. You know, we've all had that phase where we do something artsy. So on you go. There we go. Frost break out here. That was a little bit of not very efficient frost breaking, but it's fine. We'll just break out this frost, and then we got to build some more houses and get some more watchtowers as well. There we go. Build that on out. Build this on out. Good stuff. And then we want to expand you as well. There we go. Then can we build up another little housing district here? Yes, we can. Perfect. Build that on up. Can't build up any more because we're out of heat stamps. That's fine. Just need to make sure we've got enough shelter for everybody. Otherwise, things are going to get cold pretty quick. How are we doing otherwise? Oh, we got plenty of oil coming in from this little settlement up here. That's great. Get that trail going. Ah, look at that. We've even got a full stockpile. Can we get a fuel hub before the next storm? Let's try. Yes. Just so we can continue getting more and more oil. I want to have a full... As the storm's about to hit. Here we go. It's about to get very cold. Minor amounts of diseases. Squalor is stable. Crime is diminishing. Good stuff. Saving away. Here we go. We're about to hit it. I think I'm feeling pretty good about it though. It's got to be said. We don't have enough heat stamps to upgrade this again. Oil yields even more heat. Okay, let's try and save up for that then I guess. Do what we can. How are we doing out in the Frostland? Oh, we found some more stuff. Crashed Hulk for some materials and coal. Interesting. Let's actually read the thing before going by it. A track to transporters lies wedged tightly in a crevasse, rows of resigned faces visible through the windows. The engine at the front is a shredded mess. Ash and melted steel scarring the wall of ice where it collided, its precious cores clearly destroyed. Our scouts plan to knock the transport down to the crevasse's bottom to easily salvage its materials and coal. They could carefully remove and bury the bodies first, so they're not crushed in the fall, but that will take more time and men. I see. Reverberating wreck. The scouts came to this particular wreck after hearing tapping on its hull. Descending the deck, they found no living souls, but discovered an automaton still tapping an SOS on the hull after 30 years. The scouts have nicknamed the machine Tap Dancer. We could either cut the automation free and send it to New London or scrap it out for cores. Yeah, you know what, let's just get it. Gotta love automatons. They're good little boys. We'll get them out. Do we have any more places over here to have a look? Doesn't look like it. Miracle Valley. Ice sailors. On contact, these people are very reluctant to talk to our scouts. When we shared rations and alcohol to warm up, they opened up. They are master foragers with ingenious sail-powered sledges they use to move around the Frostland fast. However, they seem to be obsessed with finding certain medicinal mosses and cave mushrooms that can be found in the area. Obsessed to the point of neglecting finding regular food. We can try to help them and find the caves, or discourage them and make them go home with their families. You know what? Yeah, let's help them out. We might as well. Ice sailor families. These shelters are inhabited by only women and children clad in furs. It seems their main occupation is the construction and repair of distinctive sledges with sails for the foraging men. Our husbands barely come home, one grandmother explains, and when they do, they're out of their minds. We could bring the women and children to New London, but many refuse to leave, their eyes watching for sail on the horizon. So I see. So we can't take all of them because they're over here still foraging, so we should have got them back to their families. Ah, well, never mind. They could just stay there. A group of nomads have dug a coal mine on the site using a fuel, a set of crude hothouses. However, their design is flawed and they haven't yet been able to grow any crops. A quick exchange between them and our scouts suggests they would give us the site if we provide them enough food for them to travel elsewhere. Yeah, you know what? We've got food. We could extract coal there, but I'm not bothered about coal, actually. Dried oil well. Rusted derrick breaks the white horizon. Below the oil well lies empty. Our scouts find scrap metals, or materials, sorry, in a large hangar nearby, along with blueprints illustrating how to convert a dreadnought's coal engine to use oil. Under a patina of ice and rust, our scouts found the surface of the oil derrick has almost been a complete score of psalms and prayers. Very cool. And it seems this is the limit of our scouting up here as well, unfortunately. People are registering sick, and I don't like the sound of that, but I'm not sure there's anything that can be done about it. No, and we can't do any more exploration over there. Stewardship unveiled. Steward, the Evolve collective we funded has unveiled its monuments, a tangled knot of metal studded what appear to be dismantled toys. It now sits in the council's entrance chamber and has already garnered much praise. Whatever it is, it's damn impressive. Fills me with pride, says one passerby. Cool, so that's at least increased some trust. Now, people are sick and there are not enough homes, so we need to do something about that. Let's get ourselves some more housing. Let's also make sure as well that we are expanding out the housing as much as we can. We'll have to do some more frost breaking apparently, so we'll do that. Let us also get ourselves on a teaching hospital. And you know what, while we're here, we don't have the money for it. I was going to say let's get another filtration tower, but we can't at the moment. We're still doing okay for oil, but the white out is just about to hit. So let's see how we do. Oh, and there we go. There's the thing. Restoring an old London painting. We won't lose our history. All that knowledge, literature, art live with us. With our past as our bedrock, we can stand on the shoulders of the greats who came before us. We can build on what they've done. Our history doesn't have to weigh us down. It can bolster us forward. It can be a foundation. Made step towards tradition. I see. Let's go. We could do some research as well, actually. We probably should. Let's have a look. Can we get any more advanced charcoal plants? Doesn't look like it. We could get some foundries. Waste management, composite factories. So we use oil to make materials, we use materials to make coal, the coal to make oil. Seems like a bit of a loop-de-loop, but that's alright. Anything more we can do for the city? Work compensation. Equal pay, efficiency bonuses. You know what, let's actually just get equal pay. I want to get as much trust as we can so people like us a bit more. Especially seeing it's about to get pretty chilly. Yeah, minus 50. Okay, we're still positive oil balance. Still got plenty of stuff going. Equal pay has been proposed. I'll just let people vote for it. And whichever way it goes, it goes. Doesn't look like that's going to pass.
The votes are in. The measure
closer than I thought, actually. Never mind. Alright, is there anything else we can do to... Alcohol? Yeah, privatize alcohol production. Yeah, go make your own alcohol, guys. That's fine. We're doing okay for heat stamps. If I need any more, I'll come and ask for some. Let us build another food place over here. That's not enough tiles to finish the district. Oh, well, we can always start working towards this one over here. And actually, let's build ourselves a advanced bio-waste hothouse. That should also improve our food production by quite a bit. Is there anything we can do in the industrial bit? We could get another goods factory. Don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah, let's do it. We want to get more goods. It's about to get cold. That's for sure. Oh, yes. It's getting very cold. Very, very cold. Open the door. Please let me in. 110. Oh dear. Oh dear. It is cold. We do not have any surplus for the injectors, do we? No, we do not. Okay, can we make any more oil anywhere? No, we cannot. Let's actually build ourselves another industrial district. As best we can. Oh yeah, it is cold. It didn't look that bad from up here, but when you actually see it, look at it. Pretty scary. Alright guys, it's a little bit chilly I'm afraid, but yeah, we'll do what we can. I don't think there's any way we can get better charcoal bits, unfortunately. How are we doing? We got any kind of things that we could do to improve things? We could potentially get a generator upgrade. Yeah, let's do that. Make it even more efficient. Get more heat. And let's make sure we get some more oil out of our coal. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Alright, let's turn the overdrive on. That has reduced. We'll turn on surplus injectors as much as we can. Just burn up as much as we can. It's going to increase squalor quite a lot. Yeah, noticeable squalor. I guess just because we were just pumping out so much crap. Alright, let's get some more filtration towers. Disease is notable as well. Let's get ourselves another hospital. Oh, the music's up. Come on, we gotta get through this. A warm welcome, the Faith Keepers. Steward, the Faith Keepers increased heat to all the birthing wards in the city during the whiteout. Long may we keep our infants' bodies warmed in the Lord's light, unmarred by blasphemous frost, one Faith Keeper has said. May they never have to resort to prosthetics. The evolvers are outraged. That's ridiculous. If the infants become marred by the cold, we can simply cure them. Any limbs they lose will be replaced by better ones. The temperature in the wards is consistent with the rest of the city. Is unnecessary. Worse, it's wasteful. No, you know what? I actually agree that we keep... I mean, if you're going to heat anybody, you heat the babies, right? I do actually agree with the Faith Keepers. I think the other guys are just being a bit silly. Alright, let's make sure we're building up these buildings so that we can get rid of this horrible squalor, and we can get rid of the need. I'm not liking how quickly the old food's going down. That's not great. So yeah, the council's in recess. People are not very happy. Squalor is noticeable. Can we get another filtration tower? Indeed we can. Let's get that done. Disease is diminishing. Good. Good. Let's keep it going. People are housed. I'm just really not happy with how much food we have left. It did say that our food production would go down, but I didn't believe him. That was silly of me. So let's just get a bunch more food stuff. We have got the people that we can just spam out these food bits. You can see we've actually got a fairly large population. I'm not sure how that happened. I guess it's all the people coming out of the Frostlands. Advanced pump jacks. Oh, interesting. Yes, we definitely want to get that. Let's actually just go straight for advanced fracking pump jacks, and we'll just get that over in the other place. Speaking of which, how is the Dreadnought doing? Is everybody alive? Everybody is alive. We've got plenty of food. That is good. Can we get even more pump jacks? We can if we expand out these areas here, which is what we will do. We barely have enough people is the only issue. There we go. I know it's going to increase squalor there, but that's fine. Let's just increase these places so we can get some more pump jacks in the future. Can we send more people over? We have plenty in the main city. Surely don't want to live in this. It is quite cool how this housing kind of block has basically just become like the sprawling slum almost. Just imagine the squalor that you're feeling. Alright, how are we doing? We've got plenty of stuff in the stockpile. The only one we don't is in the food. Can we send people out to go harvest for a little bit? Yeah, we can. So I think we do that. Yeah, let's take the catch. Just everybody go out, grab everything you can in terms of food. We'll just harvest what we can. And that should improve our lot quite a bit. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you can take it from here. They can be brave, they can weather the storm for a little bit. Just take everything we can. Hey, let's grab those guys. Locked you to weather, that's fine. The storm is nearly done. We're actually making enough food now that we're in a surplus, which is kind of crazy that we're in a white house and we're having a surplus. And just like that, we should be done. Yep, saving. Temperature about to raise. Generators maybe a little bit of an issue. Yeah, let's turn that off. Oh, that was close. Good stuff. Nobody got hungry as well. Perfect. We did it. We survived the whiteout. The whiteouts are still a threat. Chapter 3. Ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but it's clear that we are far from keeping New London warm forever. The whiteouts are not gone. What will we do if the horrors of the whiteout years return, asked the Faith Keepers. If we want to withstand them without fear, we must improve the generator even more, and that will require a great deal of cores. Dozens. We only know of one site with so many cores, the metal roots of Winterhome's ruined generator. Our current generator will not be enough. We need to colonize Winterhome to get the cores to upgrade the generator further. We need to change our plans. Oh, that's really cool. I think with that, we'll call this episode here, as it's gone on for quite a while, but thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, consider becoming a part of the Burger Band, support the channel further, and get early access to videos as soon as they're uploaded. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Oh, I've been enjoying Frostpunk 2 quite a lot, I've got to admit. I just want to say, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Glad to see you all here. And until next time, take care.